Amazing, amazing. We have Rita ideally is now that she's joining us from Nairobi. Karibu, karibu sana Rita. We have Dorcas as well joining us from Ngatarongai. Dennis joining us from Nairobi, and Fimad Mwali joining us from Nairobi. Amazing, amazing. Great to see all of you all joining us this particular session. And yeah, do let us know as well what's one thing that you're hopeful to get up from this particular session. We have Ayub joining us from Kasarani. Karibu sana Bwana Ayub to this particular event for the day. All right, cool. It seems that we do have at least a good enough number to kick off this particular session. So once again, allow me just to reintroduce myself. My name is Edwin Methu. I work at IHAB Kenya as a community manager. So karibuni sana. I will be your moderator and facilitator for this particular session. So I'll just kick off by daily just letting us know what it is that we do as an organization, who we are as IHAM, and as well as now letting you a bit know about what it is that this particular event is all about. So as IHAM, we want to define as an entrepreneur support organization. We work with innovators, entrepreneurs, business owners to ideally help them build and scale their particular solution. The solutions may either be a software kind of solution or ideally a hardware kind of solution. We ideally work with these particular entrepreneurs, these particular innovators to help them scale that particular solution to ideally to the next level of the market. Some of you may be asking how ideally we do that. We ideally do that by running incubator and accelerator programs, which we then open up to these particular innovators to be a part of. As part of these particular programs, we do ideally get access to funding. Our ticket sizes normally range from about 25,000 USD to around 100,000 and 50 USD for each of the different programs that we run. So as a particular innovator that ideally gets to join this particular programs that we're running, will get access to funding, access to technical support that will then help you redesign your particular product, help you hire the right kind of talent for your particular organization, and as well finally help you look for other avenues of investment to help you grow and establish your particular organization to even higher levels to actually greater heights. Apart from that, we do as well do run a co-working element as an organization. As some of you all might know, the reason why we're having this particular event series on online is the fact that we still are in the process of finishing up our new office space. So let me acha niwaibie siri kidogo. So I'm currently at our new offices. So I'm currently just here to wrap up some particular planning that you're doing. So you can peer your eyes pale tu nyuma, you can have a quick glimpse of how the space is coming along. We are hopeful that the space will be done by the end of next week, and then we should be in a position to be launching this new space come the end of June. So yes, so thank you very much. Thank you, Rolex. Thank you, Jesse as well. So Karibuni, so we are hopeful that the next event we're gonna invite you actually gonna have it physically at our space, so you can actually be in a position to see what that we actually been waiting for all this month. But yeah, so that's who we are as an organization. So as well, if you and when you're looking for a space to work out on a day-to-day basis, feel free to give us a follow on our social media channels and be in a position to find out more information on how you can ideally join us to, as a community member. But yeah, so today it's not about us as an organization. We really talk about how you as an individual can ideally use your particular brands to get a role within the tech space. So yeah, so ideally joining us today is none other than Phyian Karinge. Phyian, I'd like to say is a friend of mine. I've happened to know her for a couple of years now. Through another mutual friend. And it's always been amazing to see her journey, her growth into being the kind of tech maker she is right now. Phyian, I remember her journey when she started out her Instagram channel. And it was purely this short clips of what she's trying to do within the tech space, like different kind of events, different kind of pitching competitions we've actually gone to, and seeing the kind of amazing support that it actually become within the tech space is just gives me so much joy and so much pride to be able to actually welcome you to this particular space. But yes, but I will not speak too much about her journey, her particular growth. I'll let her do it for herself. So so this do help me, coming the lovely Phyian Karinge, founder of Youngtechiez and ideally product manager Agribora. She's here to talk about her particular experience, her particular take on how you as an individual, how you as a young techie, as an inspired techie can use your particular brand to really get into the right kind of role that you're looking forward to. So yeah, so do feel free to use the lovely emojis, lovely chats. A round of applause to a lovely Phyian Karinge as she then ideally takes the center stage. So yeah, so karibu Phyian, the floor is all yours.
Oh, thank you so much, Meth. That was a lovely, lovely introduction. Thank you, Michael Rawlings. I really appreciate you all taking the time. So like Meth said, I don't think I can add anything onto that. I'm Phyian Karinge. I'm a product manager. I work for a German agri-fintech, and I've built Youngtechiez to tell inspiring tech stories for all of us. So we want to see what the journey is like for all these successful people so that may inspire us. So today I want to talk about the importance of branding for our careers and also share how that has been impactful for me. So allow me to share my screen so I can begin on that. And please let me know if I'm not audible or if I am breaking. Right, I hope you can see my screen. Just
Yes, we
Matthew
can.
help me. Awesome. Full screen, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. So before we begin, I'd like us to start with appreciating ourselves. We're all here because we want to do better, elevate of some sorts. We want to move from where we are to a place that's different. And so that in itself is effort. I want us to start, I want us to start by appreciating. So again, how to elevate this. Let me think here that I can proceed. Yeah, that's the goal for all of us. We're in different fields, we're looking to move up. And to do that, we need to do something different with for us to get different results, get this remote job, get this XYZ, we cannot do the same things. And today I want us to discuss what we can do differently. But before we discuss that, I want us to understand the future of work, what work is right now, what career looks like right now. So before the past, this is how getting a job was like. Peleka CV yako uko where towers, I hope, or I don't know if you're all Kenyan here, but take your CV at XY place and you take it physically and you go there. But as you've noticed, as social media, as we've become more and more digitized, this has been kind of left out. So with the evolution of social media, specifically LinkedIn, we see recruitment, we see hiring, we see opportunities begin to shift. There's a shift in how people are hiring, how people are finding talent. It's now digital. So we can't go to the offices anymore. We then need to make ourselves more visible digitally. So we enter a new era. So no walking to an office, we've entered a new era. And drum rolls, this era is personal branding. So most of us, many people hate the word personal branding because it screams, I want to be famous. And many of us don't really want to be famous. We want to maintain our privacy. But I want to explain the difference between fame and personal brand because they're completely different. So fame is more about self-promotion. I am Meth, I have a girlfriend, I'm going out today, I am, X and Y, Z. But branding is more about idea promotion. I am Meth, I do community management. This is how it's important in the space, X, Y, Z. So the spotlight is not on you, but you're putting the spotlight on the thing that you do. That's probably the most critical difference between fame and personal branding. And so essentially what you're saying is here, hey, this is Meth, I believe in this, join me if it aligns. So if you notice the best built brands, look at them. I want you to think about people who have really good brands. The first one that comes to mind is, for example, Just Ivy. We have Susan Wanjiko. You don't know too much about their personal life. Let's look at Susan Wanjiko. She purely talks about personal finance. We don't know about her personal life. So we know more about their work. And this is exactly what we want to do. And I'll share about how this is important in the next few slides. So as we become more and more digitized, as social media becomes a more integral part of everybody's lives, including recruiters, the future will continue to be about your personal brand. Share your LinkedIn. Every application is asking about that. Share your LinkedIn profile. Let me check that out. So it will continue. It's not going to get less. So then we have to leverage on this. That's why we're all here, to learn how to do that. So before we get to learn how to do that, I want to teach you guys something. I want us to raise our hands. Has anyone heard of the Johari window concept? I want hands raised. Let's see. Has anyone heard of the Johari window concept? Raise your hand. I actually can't see if hands are raised. Ah, we have someone there. Who is that? I can't see.
We have Agribora.
Agribora, also, maybe you can type in the chat, where did you learn it? I hope it's not from me. So you're like, oh, Phyian, I heard this from you again. So I preach this Johari window concept. And this, to be quite honest, was a very pivotal moment. Understanding this was very pivotal to me making big strides in my career. So the Johari window model is a model of psychology that explains how we move through life. So we have 4 windows. We have our open window. So our open window consists of the things that are known to self and that are known to others. So the things that I know about myself, Phyian is very confident, and the things that other people know about me. People know that Phyian is confident. So this lives in the open area, something that people know and I also know. And then we move to the blind spot. So things that I don't know, but other people know. So for example, Meth sees me eating and she's like, she really looks funny when she's eating. That's my blind spot. I can't see that. Or the things that you do that you're not conscious of, only other people can tell you. And then we move to the hidden area right here. So these are things that I know about myself that nobody else knows. So maybe Phyian gets a little jealous because of Meth's really good job or his brand new car. So this is what I like to call our shadow. Yeah. And then we have this interesting window here, which are things that I don't know about myself and no one else knows. So no one knows, and I also don't know. And this is the part that we call the potential, our potential. We're not aware of our full potential, and neither are people. They're not aware of it. Now, the theory here states that the more you open this window, so the open area here, the more you can access your potential. So this means closing the blind spot and reducing the hidden area. So reducing these 2 windows and increasing the open area. What does this practically mean? Asking for feedback to remove blind spots, being open about more things so that it's not hidden and it's a thing. Anytime you say, actually, I'm quite insecure about, I don't know, how I speak in front of others, it somehow the power is taken away from that insecurity. You're now opening yourself to learn. So the concept is opening this window, making it known, making ourselves seen, making ourselves visible. Vulnerability comes in here. So this is how we get to access our potential. I'm going to stop there. Do you have any questions before I proceed? Oh, Ivy says, I heard this from you. Hope you didn't sleep. Let's start repeating it again. Right. Oh, it's okay. All right. So this is the principle that we want to carry through with us looking at building our brands to ensure that our open area is widening. And this doesn't mean that you go telling people, oh, I was traumatized at 5 years old. No, no, no. It just means that continue to open that window to the right people and have wisdom about opening your window. Be open to feedback, be open to learning. Sorry, there's some noise in the background. Now, these are people that I thought I put together, people who are open. So you know about what they've done, the founder of Andela, but I don't really know about his wife. This is what I'm doing, could fail, trying in public, making themselves visible. You know about Vusi, we know about a few people here. It's just example of how there's a very, very, very clear, how do I call it? There's a very, very clear relationship between opening your window and achieving your potential and success. So the essence of personal branding is allowing your work to be seen by the right people. All right? That's our goal, all of us. We want to ensure the best recruiters know about Myth's amazing work. And anytime they think of, I'm looking for a community manager at Google, they think of Myth. Yeah. So how do we get seen? How do we make our work visible? How do we actualize this? So I broke it down into two ways, two core ways. One is optimization, and two is sharing what we do. I'll go into depth on these two shortly. So optimization, if you're a digital marketer, you understand what optimization means. Ensuring you're at the top. Let's look at it like that. The simple way is ensuring I'm at the top. I'm optimized at the top. And of course, sharing what we do is basically sharing what we do. So let's start with optimization. What are we optimizing? We're optimizing our visibility on the most scalable platform on earth. If you notice, you see influencers, I'm going to use influencers, you see people who've built businesses online, successful businesses. The reason why these businesses or careers are very successful is because they're on a very scalable platform. Scalability, how many people can you reach? The internet is unlimitedly scalable. You can reach as many people as you want. So what you want to do is optimize our visibility on the internet. Like I said, specifically LinkedIn. We're all probably career people or people looking to build businesses. So we want to leverage on this platform because it is growing to be the biggest talent cloud globally. So in 2017, 87% of recruiters were using LinkedIn to source candidates. And if you notice, most jobs request for your LinkedIn profile. So this is where most recruiters are coming to look for their candidates, and we want them to find you. I want us to do a very small exercise. All right. I'm not sure where we are at. Do we have our phones? Do we have our laptops? Please comment in the chat what device you are listening to me from. Do you have your laptop or your phone? I just want to know if we can actually do this exercise. Laptop. Oh, amazing. Good. One dear Mary. Oh gosh. So unfortunately, we'll only be able to do this exercise with people using their laptops. So stay with me. I hope we're all together. I'm on the move. Okay, got it. It's okay, Wanda. There's a recording for you. So I want us to go to a platform called Resume Worded. Ignore the 6 billion tabs on my laptop. So here we go to this platform. I'm just going to share the link to the chat. Resume Worded. Don't know if anyone has used this platform before. Comment with an emoji if you've used this platform before. Share an emoji. Ivy, I think you have. Share with an emoji if you've used it. Okay, great. So I want us to know, how visible are we on LinkedIn? So let's go on Resume Worded. If I lose you, please comment 1 on the chat. I'll be able to see. If I'm too fast, just comment 1. So we're going to click on Get a Free Review here on Resume Worded. And then we are going to sign in. Okay, Matthew, help me see if there's anyone I've lost. Yeah. And then we're gonna use our email, sign in with Google. And then we come to a place that looks like this. So you signed in with Google, and then you're approached to the place that looks like this. So then I want us to open a new tab where we will have our LinkedIn profiles open, a new tab, LinkedIn profiles open. Again, if you're lost, comment 1. Okay. So you have our LinkedIn tabs open, then come to your tiny profile here that's written me. See here? Then you say view profile. Once you say view profile, you come to more. And then you say save to PDF. I hope we're all together. Comment 1 if we're not. So we should all have saved to PDF on our, should all have, I see there's someone who's like lost. Francis, where are you lost? So you've opened Resume Worded in a separate tab, and then your LinkedIn is open. So you come to your profile here, you click on View Profile, and then you come to More, and then you save to PDF. You can unmute your mic so we can support where you're lost. Awesome. Dorcas, I hope you're good. You can unmute your mic, then we can support you better.
I'm okay now.
Awesome. So we all have our LinkedIn profiles saved to a PDF here. So come back to Resume Worded, come back and upload what you just downloaded. So I'm going to upload this. Upload your profile. And what it will be giving you is your visibility. How visible are you? Hey, don't judge mine, guys. I've done a few things. Don't judge anyone's. Now I want everyone to share their score. I don't know if I should stop sharing screen now. I want everyone to share their score. I'll also share mine. So I've gotten 57, 32. Hi. Meth, we are waiting for yours. 52. Also, sorry?
It is still calculating on my end. I will share my, oh wow, we have Francis at 52, that's great.
40, lol. Aye, you guys are not bad. You guys are not bad. I've seen people with 10, less than 10. 35, guy. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. 92, period. Period. Who is that? Who's OS? Let's give him a round of applause, guys. Oh, amazing. All right. 92, my friend, give us the juice. 13. All right. Awesome. So this really helps us to understand 46. Awesome. Math, Mukopabaya. It really helps us understand how visible or optimized we are on LinkedIn. And the good thing with Resume Worded, it gives you suggestions on how to improve your LinkedIn profile. But because of, okay, what just happened? Excuse me. Thanks for the patience, guys. But because of time, I won't get into the details of the specifics, but I would break it down into keywords. So if I'm looking for a community manager at iHub, I'm going to Google I'm looking for generally a community manager to hire. I'm going to look for community manager in Kenya, or I don't know, East Africa, whichever it is. So you want to ensure you come up at the top when people are looking for community managers. You want to be optimized. So keywords are important. What are the key skills that a community manager has? The word community manager
Hi guys, can you all hear me? Is anyone hearing? Can anyone hear Phyian? Do let me know in the chat box if you can still hear her.
Thanks for the patience. So now that we're optimized, let's get to sharing on what we do. So again, you want keywords to be able to pop up on your profile, but sharing what you do also helps with optimization. So anytime you post something on community management, you're increasing your visibility because you're getting optimized. There are more keywords on your profile. So now that we've optimized ourselves for OS with 90, like we want him to now begin sharing about what he does. So I'm sure he's wondering, what am I gonna share? Most introverts here like sharing what, you know? So as I mentioned earlier, sharing is important for two reasons. One, optimization. Again, the keywords come at the top. And if you're not clear on that part, I'll definitely repeat it. And two, identification. Now, this is actually very, very important. Anytime you keep sharing about a thing, we identify you as that thing. And therefore, anytime I have an opportunity within that thing, you'll be the first in mind. So if Meth is always sharing, talking about community management, anytime I hear any opportunity with regard to that, he's the first person I think of. So you want to be identified. What do you want to be known for? Is it like a data analyst in health tech? Is it an exceptional product designer? So this is very key because then networking effects work that way. Meth would say, you know what, I have this conference, let me call Phyian. Or I know, I have this conference, I call Meth. So we are seeing trends that reward visibility, and identification is very key on that. We also see platforms rising like Build in Public. This is a community that have seen the impact of sharing what you're doing online and seeing people get roles from this. And I am a testament to that very strongly. So we're trying to figure out what is it we share. This is where imposter syndrome kicks in. And I'll stop here to get to know from the audience. Why don't you share your work? What is holding you back from sharing your work? What is this thing that's holding you back? So please comment in the section, share in the comment section. Be honest. I'd like to know. I'm gonna give it a minute, 1 minute for you to share. Okay, I see we have some answers coming through. My laptop is a bit slow today. Unless maybe you can help me read these answers. My laptop is...
All right, cool. Allow me just to help you out. So we have Rita coming in. Her response is imposter syndrome. Is one of the reasons why she doesn't share her particular story. Myself, I don't know how to tell my wins, how to talk about my wins. We have Cynthia that mentions she has a
Meth, you're breaking. Am I the one who's hearing this? Is Meth breaking?
my apologies. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, sincere apologies. I'm still on site. We might be having a bit of network issue on my end as well. But we have Jesse that's mentioning that sometimes it's pressure to post many of the achievements. We have Jesse Njogona as well that's mentioning that he is afraid of judgment, but he has learned that no one cares. Who else? We have just Maria Kahamba that's mentioning sometimes what we think as if it's not good enough to be shared. But it's interesting. Most of us seem to be having a similar type of sentiment. Don't because they don't either know how to put it across, or just feel as if it's not worthy of being mentioned across the interwebs. But yes, more or less just a little bit in touch with the imposter syndrome at the end of the day.
Interesting. Thank you very much for being honest, guys. I think I can sum it all up. If you notice, just go back and look at our answers. If you notice, the foundation of every answer that we've given is actually people. That is the common factor. We think it's not good enough to people to be shared. We're afraid to be judged by people. We think our posts aren't worthy. Who is the one who determines this worth? People will not find our posts worthy, right? And then we have another one. How do I share without seeming like I'm bragging to people? As you can see, it's always comes down to people. At the core of it, it's really how will people perceive me? That I'm sharing unworthy posts, that I'm bragging, that it's not good enough, that they'll judge me. It's always about people. And I want to echo what Jessie shared. The truth of the matter is no one actually cares. I want to give you a scenario, everyone. If someone walked into your office right now, naked, like butt naked, you would be shocked for a while, but then after 5 seconds, you'd go back to what you're doing. It's a very like wild thing to do, but you'll still go back to what you're doing. It's not going to be the biggest part of your day. So bear in mind that post that you're afraid to share. Sorry, just a minute. That post that you're afraid to share is such a fickle thing in anyone else's life. Edward, if you post your post, there's not much. I'll see it and scroll up and continue thinking about what I'll have for dinner. No one really, really, really cares. And that's really freeing to us to do anything, to do whatever it is that we are called to do. If I want to share, I will share because ain't nobody, care that much. So let's really silence our ego, because here it's our ego that's speaking, that really overestimates our importance in other people's lives. We think we're more important than we actually are. So let's silence our ego and be willing to look a bit dumb when we're sharing about data in front of people. That means we're really tapping into our humility and silencing our ego. That's very, very important to note, because you will not do anything if you put forth your ego and if you put forth the opinions of people who don't even have opinions about you. So I think that's what I'll say on this, because it's super, super important to understand. So knowing what to share and structuring that information in a strategic way, it feels overwhelming, to be honest. Do you know, I actually think this, I would also peg it in the same kind of category. So here we want to master humility, the beginning, the ability to suck at the beginning. So we're not going to have perfect content at the beginning, or whatever we're sharing. It's definitely not going to be perfect. It might not even be structured. We are saying, I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to suck. I'm willing to kind of look crazy, but at the expense of learning. With time, you don't learn by structuring and sitting down and planning and saying, yeah, this is what I'll do. You learn by actually posting, hitting send every week, every day, whichever time frame you want. Every time you hit send, you get feedback, you learn. Like, okay, I'll do this better. I'll keep improving here and there. So as we're looking to start sharing our work, don't let that cripple you, because I promise you, just accept it will be bad at the beginning and have that humility to begin and learn. All right? Awesome, Ivy. So then what to share? So then I can support an understanding what can we share as we're starting. So we have I break it down into two things. If you are a software engineer, you're essentially learning through building. So you're building maybe an application. It's important that you document your work, your project. So share, today I actually created this, and these are the challenges I went through. Build in public. If you're like me, who, for example, you're not building anything, or you're a community manager, then you're learning in public. So what have you learned this week that has happened in your life? What is it about community management that you believe in, or data analysis that you believe in? And here we have this humility of learning. Therefore, if it's wrong, if our beliefs are wrong, and someone in the comments says, actually, you're an idiot, that's not correct, we can say, oh, really? Thank you for telling me that, helping me learn this and that. So here we're not only looking to attract recruiters, but we're also looking to attract people, collaborators, people who will conspire with us. So someone who will like say, oh, Phyian, I got this is an easy way to do this. Like a network, we're building a scalable network. A lot of the platforms that I've been in, for example, been called to speak at, I've never met these people, but because they're conspirators, like people who are conspiring to support you, they then plug you into these opportunities because they can see exactly what you're doing. So learn or build in public. For beginners especially, you can document your journey, your milestones, your lessons, your beliefs. And those who are afraid of bragging, you can always be very smart about it. You can say, this is what I learned from getting $6 million recently, You can always be smart, and you have wisdom, You won't just say, hi guys, I got $6 million, so what, So you can always have that wisdom. So don't use the excuse that you don't know what to share about, because I emphasize, you discover it by doing and not thinking. Fun fact, when I began opening my window by sharing online what I'm doing, I actually used to share about books because I'm a really avid reader. So I started by sharing about books. I still do sometimes, but over time, as you learn, as you get feedback, as you grow in your mindset, I realized, oh, tech, because I work in tech, there is an opportunity here. So I can continue to share about that. So it will change. You might start out sharing about cats, but it might evolve into something more, more feasible for you. You can see there's a message here. Is it okay to leverage on ChatGPT to write your captions on LinkedIn? If yes, what's the perfect prompt to use, or are there other tools I could leverage on? I think absolutely. You can definitely leverage on ChatGPT to write your captions on LinkedIn. I might even show you an easy way how this can support you being able to write a lot or share a lot. Personally, I don't use ChatGPT on for my LinkedIn posts, but I definitely advise you guys to, because I try to write from heart. It's not it's preference. If you want to use ChatGPT, feel free to do so. It's an amazing tool. But anytime I'm experiencing something, I'll write it down very quickly on my notes, and then I can schedule it to share it on the app. So, and I'll get to that shortly. So what sharing my work has created. So why am I speaking about this? Why am I passionate about this? This all started when I began interviewing successful people in technology, and all of them shared the same sentiment. And I was like, what is this about building in public that increases your luck? What it does is just increase your luck. It helps you increase your luck. You've been applying for jobs with no luck. Try something else. Might increase your luck. So this came with even more of actually coming because, Phyian, I found you on LinkedIn or Twitter. I Googled product manager and you came up. So job offers. I won a tech award simply because I was vocal about specific things that I was passionate about, and global speaking opportunities. I'm here speaking with you guys. I've had, an amazing pleasure to do so. And of course, a scalable network and organizational partnerships. So currently, I have partnered with Zindua to run some upskilling programs, that's actually generating revenue, something I would have never done if I would have closed off to the world, not opened my window and just said, I want a private life. And remember what I said, no one knows about my partner or my sisters and brothers or parents. Everyone just knows about Phyian and tech. It's really about focusing the light on the thing that you believe in. That's it. Okay. So again, best platforms to share your professional work is Twitter, LinkedIn, and Medium. So Twitter is great, but I focused on LinkedIn a lot more. Medium is also good if you're really good with writing. So all these are really good platforms to share your work in. Twitter is actually, I would put emphasis on Twitter because I've still had opportunities from Twitter where recruiters reached out through Twitter, especially if you're in the tech space. Twitter has a really great community. Really good community. You'd find recruiters there kind of openly sharing roles. There is even a job board on Twitter, and not many people know about this. And of course, LinkedIn. Medium, not biggest fan. And of course, as part of sharing your work is building a portfolio. I want you to sit down and ask yourself today, have I done everything I possibly could to try and position myself for this role that I want? Honestly, have I done everything I possibly could? And if the answer is no, then let's do it. Build a portfolio, reach out to a recruiter. So you don't sit there and say, I've applied to so many jobs. This Kenya does not have jobs. No. We're not focusing on what we can't control. We're focusing on what we can control, which is our actions. We can build a portfolio, we can reach out to recruiters, we can share our work. And here I have portfolio platforms for technical roles and non-technical roles. So I actually have a portfolio myself. I could share it with you guys if you'd like. So for data and coding roles, we have those ones and more. For other roles, Notion, Medium, Behance. For designers, UXfolio, Dribble. For designers still, and even a personal website. So start that, build your portfolio. Very, very important. It's part of why that was a very distinct thing that got me hired here, where I currently am. They said, oh, you're the only one who had a portfolio, and it was brilliant, you know? So ensure you stand up. Do everything you can to increase your luck. And now you're wondering, I have a job, I have a life, am I going to share all this? Like, it's so much. I get it. I definitely get it. So I don't think it's sustainable, actually. Every day you have pressure from your boss. You also need to share on LinkedIn because Phyian said, open your window. It's tricky. So let's make it sustainable, yeah? So I vouch for tools to ease the sharing process. And these are simply scheduling tools. I promise you an hour on Saturday with what you need to share can schedule a month or 2 months worth of content on LinkedIn. If you say, I just want to be sharing twice a day, sit down on Saturday, just have an idea, oh, this is what I want, okay. And every time you find an idea, have a place to track it, track these ideas. Sit down 1 hour. I personally take an hour max to schedule what is going to go forward in the whole of the month. This is not videos, those who want to do the editing, and no, I'm just talking about text, images. So take Buffer and Metricool. So this Metricool is free, Buffer is still free up to some point, but these can be used on your mobile and on the web app. They actually really ease the process and reduce the anxiety because you don't really have to go to LinkedIn again to post and see who has liked. It'll just go on some random day. You won't even know it's gone, but the goal has been achieved to put your work out there. So eases the process and ensures it reduces the anxiety of what sharing comes with. So now that we've talked about all of this, I want us to leave with a quote here. And maybe Ivy, you know this quote. Ivy's like, Phyian, I had this. At last, I go where I hadn't allowed myself to go. And at last, I find myself freed from it. Anything that cripples you, that you're very scared of, the moment you step into it, it no longer is this huge thing, you know? It's the way you want to shower with cold water. A lot of the pain is actually in the anticipation of the cold water. This is where the pain is. Immediately you get into the cold water, it's like, oh, you know, it's kind of easy. So take this with you as you end this call, but most importantly, it's not what you've learned here. This is all like, this doesn't really matter if you don't apply it. So choose one thing from today to apply. Or we would have wasted our time here if you do not apply at least one thing. So you can attend all the webinars you want, but what matters is, what do you apply? Is it being more open? Is it sharing up a lot more? Is it making yourself visible through events, whatever it is? So choose one thing, just one. Any questions? Larry is saying Twitter is great, only if you're on a different side, not the KOT associated with. Oh, yes, you're right, you're right. Any questions?
Hi, Phyian.
Hi, that is.
I guess we are allowed to unmute and ask.
This Kavis, yeah.
Okay. So for me, my question is, how do you go about creating and growing your personal brand vis-a-vis creating and growing the brand for your company or product, if you have any?
Oh, that's a very good question. Creating and growing your brand versus the product brand. Got it.
Yes.
Right. Okay, I can see another question here. What was your first experience? What did you learn? Share your portfolio. Got it. Okay, that was, let's answer the first question. How do you create and grow your brand? So I think we've covered how you would grow your personal brand. Here you would, I think it's very interesting also where as we're shifting, you'll notice they're not too far apart. A lot of founders, to support the growth of their company, are looking now to create communities. And of course, what a brand does is it creates a community. You know, people they know you, they follow you, they're always learning from you. So what you want to do to support the growth of your company is create a community based on your company. For example, if I start Youngtechiez and I'm building my brand and also Youngtechiez brand, I can start here with mine. Also depends if do you have staff for the other, do you have staff to help you with this other brand, like your company brand, and are you managing, like who is managing it here? If it's you on both fronts, that's quite a lot. But here, you want to be known as the founder of this. And then with the products brand, you can get to share about its value. Because with your brand, you're creating a community that knows about this product. And with your products brand, this is the value that this product offers. It's beginning to become more and more intertwined because people are seeing the value of community for the acceleration of our product. There's a product that I know, I was researching about products that have grown because of branding and communities. And there's a product that had grown through like fun, interesting content. And I think once it launched live, it absolutely was massive. Like the response was massive towards the product sales. So you really want to leverage on your brand to support the growth of your products brand. So maybe you can answer the question on who manages these accounts, because I'm assuming there are multiple accounts, and even managing your own account is a bit hectic. Yeah, I hope that answers it, and you can maybe share clarification on that.
Yes, it answers it partly, but actually my question was just revolving around the last part you mentioned. It's hectic, right? So it's hectic enough just creating your personal brand. now it's much more maybe demanding creating the other brand for your product. So for me, my question really is into like, which one do I select? Should I just proceed with creating my own personal brand that when people know that Phyian does these 1, 2, 3 things, or should I just concentrate on my company? Suppose maybe Phyian created a certain product, so should I just concentrate on creating the brand for this product, and people might not actually know more about Phyian?
Okay, I get it. I would definitely be inclined towards building yours, and this is the reason why. People buy into people a lot of the times, and it would be very important to, at the end of the day, even when you're looking at why people get funding and pitches win, it's really because of the story behind it, at the core of it. And I recently won a pitch where we got some money, and I'm the only one who had a story to my pitch. And this is what you want to do with the world, is there has to be a strong element of you and your story. So I would definitely be inclined towards you. I'll start with you, share about what you're doing, what this is about, because we want to feel connected to this product. So I would definitely say that. And you can leverage on scheduling tools that can support that, because I also understand building a company already has its own work. Now you're going to add more to that, but we are going to use scheduling tools to support us with this, so it's more sustainable. Maybe you can come in.
Thank you, Phyian.
Awesome, thanks, Kamis. All right, let's go to, how was your first post experience? What did you learn? Jose Maria Kamba. To be honest, what I focused on when I was beginning is just sharing as much as I could. What is very important for you guys to take away from this as well is disconnect yourself emotionally from this process. So you want to ensure you're not emotionally connected to this process. With rejection, with anything, it's important to disconnect your emotions from this. So it becomes a very logical, practical thing you're doing. So you schedule them. This is what you want to share about, schedule, post, and you pick your lessons as you go. So you don't want to be too connected to like, my first post, oh my God, like amazing. No, these are your posts, share them out. You learn the lessons as, oh, okay, I think this time works better, or this content, you can do it through analytics. This content is getting more uptake. For example, now with me, I shifted from books to tech because I learned that this gets more uptake. And what supports that, how you'll be able to learn through this whole process without feeling like being crippled by feelings, is if there's an element of disconnection. Remember, you're sharing your work, not yourself. So there is a bit of disconnection that supports this to be sustainable. Because anytime you put yourself and how you feel in the equation, it now becomes personalized. Now, anytime you don't get likes, you feel like it's a testament to you that you don't know how to create content, when really it's the content piece in itself, separate from you. So how my first post experience was, to answer that, I honestly don't remember, but I know I learned to shift from books to tech. I don't remember because I was very keen on focusing on the action, just logically thinking and ensuring we get this out every week, nothing else. That should be the goal, because also the more you put out, the faster you learn. The faster you fail, the faster you learn. The more you get the 0 likes and 1 impressions, you're learning faster. So I don't know if that answers your question, Kahamba. You can let me know in the chat, or you can unmute. So could you kindly share your portfolio? I absolutely will. Awesome, thank you. Share your LinkedIn profile too. Great. What advice would you give for adapting your personal brand? Ooh, when switching tech fields or specialties? This is a very good one. I can't tell you the number of times I have tweaked my my LinkedIn based on, maybe I should do product design. Especially in the early days of your career, you have there's so many paths that you can take. So even in your confusion, your brand still exists. So here I'd say, look at your personal brand as your canvas. You can do with it anything you'd like. Meth, today, if you told me, Phyian, actually, I'm a product manager, I have no reason not to believe you. If you woke up today and told people you're a doctor, I have no reason to doubt that. So look at your brand as your personal canvas. Shift as you shift, change, evolve. Don't be afraid to be boxed into a place. Again, goes back to no one is really paying as much attention as you think. So even if you put like transitioned product designer to community manager to product designer, great. I don't care. No. So make sure you allow yourself to be playful with your brand. If you love flowers, add that feel to it. It's your canvas. So do you hold in-depth sessions for techies? Where can I enroll? Oh, thank you, Edward. I do actually. So I will share a link shortly. Edward Dukui. And then I think we can all agree that no one is immune to getting negative feedback or criticism online. How do you manage to maintain a positive brand image and reputation, as well as handling a crisis? Now, this is a good one. The thing with building a personal brand, the only thing people can attack is perhaps Phyian, what you're saying is wrong. What you're saying is wrong. But remember, we are sharing what we're doing. And when people say that's wrong, that's an opportunity for us to learn. We're approaching this with a growth mindset. We don't know everything. We're learning in public, we're building in public. So then when they say, Phyian, that's wrong, I disagree with you, or really, what's your counter, whatever. So now this is an opportunity for you to learn. It's different when you're putting you, Phyian, this is the outfit I wore today, and my boyfriend, and it's very, very different, because then it's you. I can attack you. I am yet to see, unless you grow a really, really huge audience where people now begin to attack you. And there's not much you can do about that, Ivy. I think what you can only, the mantra I give, what is in my realm, the realm of my control, that's my attention, where I put my attention. Focus on what you can control. I can't control if someone calls me like a big head, Phyian, you have like a really huge forehead. Oh my God, it's shining. But I can control if I focus my attention on it or not. It doesn't mean it will be less hurtful, but it will just direct my attention somewhere else. And with time, that kind of, if your attention is, whatever you feed grows. So if you're not feeding that, it's not going to grow in your heart. So I would say, I would imagine it's different for a personal brand. To be honest, I haven't gotten negative feedback on myself. Maybe on the work I share, Phyian, I disagree with this, that I do get. And it's an opportunity to learn. But if it does happen, then just, again, realm of control. That's my 2 cents. Thanks, Ivy. Will there be a recording of this meeting? Yes, there will be. Yeah. What is your opinion on LinkedIn or Twitter premium personal brand? Is it worth it? I think, to be honest, LinkedIn is, and I don't even have premium, but I do think it's worth it, because you get to, especially if you're someone who has decided, I really want to reach out to recruiters and share my portfolio, I'm actively seeking out a job, it definitely has value, because you can reach out to as many people as possible. That is the value I see with LinkedIn. As for Twitter, not so much. The blue check is not, I don't see the value in it. my personal opinion again, but LinkedIn, absolutely. And for that specific reason, where you can reach out to people a bit more. I think, Meth, you can answer how can we access the recording? Yeah, you can access it on iHub's YouTube channel by Monday. Awesome. Any other questions? Thanks, guys. That was pretty engaging.
All right, cool. I don't think there are any other questions. Is there anyone else that we are leaving out? My sincere apologies. I know we have been a couple of minutes over time, but it has been too engaging for me to even jump in. So final take, any final sentiments, questions? I think this session has been very insightful and very eye-opening. Thank you very much, Phyian, for taking the time to be here with us. Will it be publicly listed? Yes, I very much believe it should. If by any chance by Monday close of business it's not yet up on our channel, feel free to bash me. I'm on my personal Instagram handle or just bash a particular social media channels. We'll make sure that it's ideally up and running by Monday. There's a couple of edits here and there, but by Monday it should be up and running. Yes, but again, as I was mentioning, thank you very much, Phyian, for honestly taking the time to be here and just talk us through how to ideally, build a brand that actually makes you really stand out and actually makes you, places you in the right kind of position to get the right kind of roles. So thank you very much. It has not only just been an insightful session, but due to the knowledge, but as well due to the actual practical examples and practical tools that they can actually use and incorporate to our day-to-day lives to actually help us in the building of this particular brand. So thank you very much for that. So I think just as a final sentiment from your end, Phyian, open positions yet stronger can. I think as a personal one, Phyian, probably for any particular individual, any particular organization, I'd actually like to get in touch with you. How ideally would they go about it?
Sorry, I didn't catch that, Meth. Just say that again.
I'm sorry. So for any individual or organization that would like to get in touch with you, how ideally would they go about it?
You can DM me on LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn, I'm more likely to answer than any other platform. So I'll share my LinkedIn profile or email. I will also share that.
All right, thank you very much, Phyian, for that. All right, cool. So we've ideally come to the end of this particular session. Thank you very much to everyone for making the time to be here today. I'm very cognizant of the fact that we are a little bit over time, so thank you very much as well for choosing to stick around as well, even past the hours that ideally we mentioned. As we wrap up this particular session, just as ideally how we always wrap up each and every session, I'd just like to ask each and every one of you all if you could just kindly just quickly show us your lovely faces. Sorry, Neil, you can just take one final photo, one particular group photo before we wrap this particular session. But very much appreciate it. So we have Henry, at least Henry Tumekwanda, the whole session. Thank you very much for showing us your beautiful space as well, Henry. Very much appreciated. Jose Maria, the lovely Louise has been asking so many questions. Lovely to put a face behind the name. We have Larry, we have Gan, we have Dorcas. Amazing to see your beautiful faces, each and every one of you. All right, cool. Well, so we'll give it like another second so we can daily not take the photo. Felix as well, thank you very much for being part of us today. Monene, Dorcas, and Dorcas at least, the people that actually participate. Thank you very much. Appreciate seeing your beautiful faces. All right, cool. So I'm gonna just give us a quick countdown. 3, 2, 1. Once I get to 1, hold a lovely pose. It could be anything random, anything of your choice. Just a pose, then take the lovely fucking grab, then we'll get nearly done with it. So countdown, then pose. Rolling. Beautiful faces. All right, so in 3, 2, 1, pose. Amazing. Thank you. So once again, this has been I have speaker series. Thank you very much, everyone, for making the time to be here today. Phyian as well for giving us such an impactful session. We very much appreciate you. She has shared her particular contact information. Do you mind sharing your LinkedIn? But again, we will be
Okay.
sending out an email at the end of this particular session. I could as well just include your particular profile as part of a particular email for an individual that would like to get in touch with you post the session as well. But yes, that has been it. That has been a lovely time for the day. Thank you very much for making the time. I do wish you a lovely rest of the day ahead and a lovely weekend as well. As we come to the end of this particular week, I do hope that you enjoy whatever short time we have over the weekend. Thank you very much, each and one of you. Have yourself a lovely day ahead and a lovely Friday day ahead. Bye bye. Feel free to drop off at a particular level.